Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. We are in Japan for the B-League and the Eastern Conference battle between Ibaraki Robots and Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. Well, in the Hitachi City Ikanokawa Sakura Arena, a couple of teams going to trade blows, looking for at least one win this weekend and really two to try to kickstart their season, especially Ibaraki, who have just 3 wins so far on the campaign, twice as many for Yokohama, but that is not good enough for them to be up high in the standings. You can see Yokohama down in 10th place and Ibaraki in 12th in the Eastern Conference. It's Chiba Jets and Utsunomiya Bricks and Lavanga Hokkaido, who are perhaps one of the surprise packages this season. Then Gunma Crane Thunders, the 4 teams thus far that are setting the pace. Alvark Tokyo as well. Nagasaki Velka and Nagoya Diamond Dolphins are really off to a strong start in the West. So for Ibaraki Robots, you have a strongest looking roster today. Roberts Franks. You've got also Hasegawa, Noboru Hasegawa, who comes in averaging 8.3 points per game. Without a doubt, you've got Jacobson, Eric Jacobson at 14.2 points, 9.3 rebounds per game. He will have a big impact on proceedings, as well Kohei Nakamura and the likes of Ryu Jingaoka. That will, in fact, be the starting 5 for this team. And Genki Kojima also coming off the bench, very important player. We wanted to highlight him, the point guard, and you can look at his numbers. 5.2 points per game, 2.9 assists per game, shooting 36.1% from three-point range. So he is definitely a threat from deep. And he will get his shots up today. And hopefully for Ibaraki Robots fans, he's going to make some shots. They definitely need that perimeter threat, something that he can provide. So for Yokohama B-CORSAIRS today, they're going to have Seiya Ando, Damian Ingles, Gary Clark, Kenta Mori, Kai King, also Tarzuski. It's interesting, we've got a little battle of Arizona State and Arizona. You look back and back in the old college days, and Eric Jacobson played his college basketball at Arizona State, and Tarzuski played at Arizona, and they were there right at the same time. Kenta, you've got Seiya Ando as well. Look at those numbers for him. Obviously a scoring point guard, averaging almost 31 minutes per game, 14.8 points per game, 32% from three-point range, and a player who they will rely on heavily. They need him to play well. They brought him to the club kind of as obviously to improve their point guard position, the scoring point guard, shooting 85.7% from three-point range. He has started all 18 games as well so far this season. But in many respects, it feels like Yokohama have gotten better this season, but their record so far does not indicate that. Starting 5, Seiya Ando, Ingles, Kenta Mori, Tarzuski will be in the starting 5, and Keisudo, who wears number 30. Keisudo averaging 6.1 points per game for Lassi Tuovi, who just doesn't stop. The Finland coach was in action, got a win and had to suffer defeat at Hungary, coaching Finland, and then they rebounded with a come-from-behind win over France in the European qualifiers for the FIBA Basketball World Cup. But now he is back here in Japan and looking for improved play, definitely improved results from his Yokohama team. And, you know, and just putting it bluntly, from his standpoint, maybe he doesn't want to say this, but maybe some of the fans will be looking at this like, well, you got to beat Ibaraki Robots and finish this weekend with 8 wins. Because then they might say, if you can't beat Ibaraki Robots, well, then who can you beat? That's the reality, at least if you look at the records. You know, and a lot of coaches will say, you are what your record says you are. So if Ibaraki have only won 3 games, this, again, is a team Yokohama should beat for Yokohama fans, and I'm sure that's also what Lassi Tuovi is thinking. The reality is also, however, that any team can beat any other team on any other given weekend, or any given day. So there are no such things as guarantees coming into this. Chris Holm looking to turn things around for Ibaraki Robots, and the fans getting a taste. This is where the B-League is really understands presentation in many respects, just so important to sell it to the fans, and it is slick all the way down to the robot mascot. Congratulations to the designer of that one. That's fantastic. So Robert Franks in the starting 5 today, as is Hasegawa, Ingagoka, Nakamura, and Jacobson. Ibaraki won their 3rd game of the season, go to 1-2. Then they had several defeats in a row. Then they got another one on November 1st. That was against Toyama. So they beat Kuma Crane, they beat Toyama, and then they got another win on November 15th against Kawasaki Brave Thunder. They split a couple games with them. So they did go into the international break sort of in a good mood. Arasawa, Obata, and Hashimoto, the referees for today. And again, a look at the starting 5s for both of these teams. And once again, for Ibaraki, Jacobson, Hasegawa, Jingaoka, Nakamura, and Jacobson. And for Yokohama, it's Ando, Inglis, Kentamori, Tarzuski, and Sudo. No Mike Kotsar for Yokohama, and you might be able to see also on the bench for Ibaraki Robots, Atsunobu Hirao, who's out due to a left patellar tendon rupture. Well, it was Arizona's Tarzuski out jumping Jacobson, the former Arizona State man, to start things off. So it's Yokohama with the first possession here as we get underway, folks. Welcome once again to B-League, the battle between Ibaraki Robots and Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. And Ibaraki Robots spurning that early opportunity. They had the alley-oop after the turnover, but did not capitalize. Kentamori probing, brings it back outside. Damien Inglis now, the big Frenchman. Went to the Insup Academy. There is a handoff, and Tarczewski goes up with the left hand and scores. First 2 points of the game for the 32-year-old center. Franks from the left corner. Tarczewski with the rebound. And here comes Yokohama. Seiya Ando fouled, long way from the basket. Grabbed by Nakamura. Go ahead, Nakamura. Just had his right arm extended, kind of in the midsection. Referee's blowing the whistle. Kentamori drifts in, passes it back out to Seiya Ando. Seiya's got to get it up. He does just in the nick of time. Misses. Shot clock ran down. Nobody open, and quickly down the floor goes Ibaraki's Hasegawa, and he will go to the free throw line. Noburo Hasegawa. Fouled by Sudo. Hasegawa comes in shooting 74.1% from the free throw line, makes the first. And makes the second. Inglis spins, turns, well short. Something happened there. Dusting off the cobwebs, perhaps. And the whistle blows, and the foul would send Jacobson to the free throw line. Good work by Jacobson. Tarczewski was guarding him closely, but he wasn't moving his feet until it was too late. In fact, looks like the foul's been called on Inglis. So Jacobson steps up. He's been with the club for several seasons. Seems to work for him, and shooting 65.9% at the free throw line coming into today. And makes both. So a good start at the free throw line for Ibaraki Robots. A bit of full court pressure, but it's broken. Seiya Ando to the corner. Sudo puts it up from deep. Oh, speeding the game up. Oh. Well, I'll tell you what, Inglis had the ball. He had his right hand on the ball, and Ingakoa was able to get right back and go up for the layup. So frustrating start for Lasu Tuovi's Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. 6 unanswered points for the Robots. Kentamori's pass deflected. It goes to Tarczewski. A good break there. And the handoff, and nice play. I thought Sudo may have had one pass too many, should have gone up, but he got it to the big fella. All 4 points of Yokohama coming from Tarczewski. And there is Tarczewski with the rebound and the quick outlet pass. But Ibaraki had players back quickly. Tarzuski, skip pass. Here comes Sudo. Back to Inglis, has to put it up with the late in the shot clock. And poor Damien Inglis has his second air ball of the game. He had one in the lane, and now he's put one up late in the shot clock. He needs to push the reset button. Franks gets it to Jacobson. Ando gets it back. Inglis, and again, they don't want to go too deep in the shot clock. And this time it's Inglis missing in the lane. Ibaraki hustling down the floor. Inglis commits the foul. He's a little bit off the pace right now and fouls Nobu Hasegawa. Although, to be fair, it didn't look like too much contact. Watch this again. I didn't see any contact. Not sure why we had the whistle blow. He's going to go out. Certainly, all does not seem well with Tuovi and Inglis. Kind of a shaky start for Damien Inglis. Kai King comes into the game. So Hasegawa earning his living at the free throw line right now. He's got 3 points, all coming from the charity stripe. And Ibaraki with a 9-4 advantage. Now 10-4. 6 of 6 at the free throw line. And coming in is Kojima. Kojima comes in again, averaging 5.2 points, 2.9 assists per game. Valuable reserve. Could easily start. Does play a lot, in fact. Oh. And Tarzuski kept it alive, almost got the tap. Here he is diving for the basketball. And Ibaraki on the break. And again, they get a layup. And the foul for Jacobson. Boy, it looks like Yokohama B-CORSAIRS haven't arrived at the arena yet. I think Lassie Tuovi is going to have to get a timeout to give his team a jolt as Jacobson, and this is where they're getting beat. Ibaraki just getting these high percentage shots, hustling down the floor, beating Yokohama B-CORSAIRS down the court. So timeout for Lassie Tuovi and Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. Jacobson also getting the high percentage. Everything they're getting is either right at the rim or at the free throw line. Well, that high-flying battle between Nagoya Diamond Dolphins and Chiba Jets right now being led by Nagoya Diamond Dolphins on the road. Last check, 45-39. Western Conference battle. Ontario Chiba also edging Osaka. And Osaka. The Golden Kings in a close one against Hiroshima. Also, Saga Ballooners edging Alvar Tokyo right now. So it's all happening in the B-League. This competition that just gets better and better every season. But for Yokohama B-CORSAIRS, this is a very important game. I mean, you would say not only do they need to play, they need to play well, but more importantly, they need to win. And right now, they are on the back foot. Jacobson calmly sinks the free throw, coming back out, and it's 7 points for him. Keeper Ravena is going to come into the game looking to jolt the team. So he comes in for Kenta Mori. So it's Ravena and Ando in the backcourt. Philippines international, the Gilas man, Keeper Ravena. Ando. Kozuski then hands it off to Ravena, gets it back. Good job, Gary Clark, batting it back outside. They need to get Gary Clark open for a three, perhaps. Although when you're struggling, you want to get something going to the basket. There's Clark. And he is going to drive, and he's going to get blocked. Did he get it off in time? He did, just in the nick of time. So further to my point, Clark, really good shooter, but sometimes you need to get into the lane, try to make a shot, maybe get fouled. Ball deflected out of bounds. Motoki Kojima's pass. Watch this. They had no intention of shooting that, although he could have. I think had that been more offensive-minded point guard, he might have just laid it up. They have to put up a desperation shot from deep. And it's an air ball. Yang comes into the game for the first time today. Yokohama still desperate for some offense. Ravena trying to get it to Tarzuski. Goes out of bounds. Yang Jae-min in the game, by the way, as you look at Tarzuski going out. Hails from Korea. He was with Sendai the previous 2 years. Before that, with Utsunomiya, and before that, Shinshu Brave Warriors. "26 years of age. Franks takes it deep. Traveling. Coach Holm not liking that call. Franks goes out. So Cook checks into the game for the first time. Tyler Cook. Played at the University of Iowa. Played for the Hawkeyes back in the day. 28 years of age now. And a three-point shot. Just what the doctor needed. Just what the doctor ordered, rather, from Gary Clark for Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. And now it's Ibaraki's turn to call a timeout. See Gary Clark hitting that three-pointer. He gets it going. He can be a very dangerous man. 37.9% from three-point range coming into this game. He's had some big shots, and that was a big one. Again, Gary Clark, I think he crucially made the right decision earlier when he didn't settle for the jumper. He drove, saw the ball go through the hoop, got a little confidence. Now he catches one outside and knocks it down. Home barking at the referee, trying to get some clarity. I don't know if he's talking about the travel call on Franks. But even so, now Yokohama, a little bit of full court defense. Maybe they can force a turnover. They might not get it over in time. No, they do, just in the nick of time. Yang hands it off. And the pass intercepted. Good job, Clark. Nice handoff. Oh, boy. Keeper Ravena missing the layup. Three-point shot from Yang. Well, there's your 5-point swing, and all of a sudden the momentum goes right back to Ibaraki. 7-point advantage. Gary Clark stepped back this time, does put it up from deep because he's in the flow. His second three-pointer. 8 points for Gary Clark already. 8 for number 8. Takes him, sets the pick. Here's Yang. Gets to the baseline. Good defense from Gary Clark. Franks back in the game. Oh, ball knocked away. Excellent defense by Kenta Mori. Well, I'm not sure that Coach Holm wants to use the challenge here. His player says it should be our ball. In fact, it was Damian Ingles who knocked it out of bounds. Or sorry, that knocked the ball out of his hands. 16-12. Tyler Cook with the foul. That's hard to understand that one as well. I don't see any pushing there. Entry pass, oh boy, that's just a gift wrapped layup. Should never give up a inbound pass for a layup. Here is a three-pointer, and the ball bounces high off the rim. And this 7-point lead in danger of completely disappearing now. It's just 2. Ravena goes in, lays it up, and it has indeed. 16 apiece. Holm has already called a timeout. And now all the momentum with Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. Franks open, back to the basket, turns, back outside. And the whistle blows. Kojima fouled. Genki Kojima. Seems like they're calling it quite tight. That's Izaki, whistled for the personal. So Kojima goes to the free throw line, which in the grand scheme of things is about as good as it gets for this Ibaraki Robots team, because they haven't missed 90.5% at the free throw line. Kojima, which is a 3rd in the league. So this is not a guy that you want to put on the free throw line. Both free throws go in for the 31-year-old. Now he's going to sit back down. Kentamori brings the basketball up the floor for Yokohama B-CORSAIRS, who came all the way back to tie it. Now looking to pull level again. Inglis turns in the lane. He's fouled. A chance for a three-point play for Damien Inglis, the Frenchman. Seems to have put his early struggles behind him. And definitely fouled by Cook on the left arm. No question about that. Also in the game, Hayate Komasawa for Ibaraki Robots. So a chance to go back in front. Yokohama did lead. They did score the first 2 points of the game. So they did have that lead briefly. Since then, they've trailed by as many as 9 points. But Inglis spurns that opportunity. And just, again, an illustration, or look at the comparison, 9 of 9 at the free throw line for Ibaraki Robots. Yokohama B-CORSAIRS take their first free throw and miss it. So the free throw line very important right now for Ibaraki. Here's Yang. Former Korea Youth International missing that one. Going for the steal. Final 20 seconds of the opening quarter. Keeper Ruvena gets it back. Clark puts it up and has a heat check. Now enough time here to get a shot off for Cook, and it's knocked out of his hands. Did he get it off in time? Doesn't matter, doesn't fall. So 18 apiece at the end of one between Ibaraki Robots and Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. Well, you can kind of understand how Ibaraki have had some struggles. Look at that mascot. Isn't he fantastic? They get out in front, hustling up and down the court, getting easy looks, getting to the free throw line, but just defensively not able to hold Yokohama B-CORSAIRS at bay. Maybe lacking that enforcer on defense, that rim protection. Defense not quite tough enough. Kojima, point guard. And a quiet start for him so far. Misei High School, currently Misei High School attached to the Sendai University, winner of the 2009 Winter Cup. Nice little tidbits of information we try to bring to you. So second quarter action is underway. Ibaraki Robots looking to go back in front. Offensive rebound, a wide open shot. Oh, Franks spurns it, but the foul called on Kiefer Ravena. See if the Ibaraki Robots can rediscover the magic. Oh, nice bounce pass, but it gets away from Franks. Nevertheless, Yang picks it up, misses it from deep. Gary Clark quickly on the break. And Kiefer Ravena gets it back outside. Kenta Mori. It's one of those, you're thrilled if he makes the three, but if he misses it, you're wondering why you didn't just take the layup. Now the dump down low, Jacobson. Oh, he misses it. Gets it back, puts it up, and will go to the line. That just doesn't seem possible that he would miss that shot, does it? And then again. Hence, that's why he was practicing putting up another one. And third foul on Damian Ingles. That is not a good development for the visitors. Seiya Ando, Tarzuski coming back into the game. Sudo also back in the game. So Jacobson misses the first free throw of the game for Ibaraki Robots. So it's been a very difficult trip down the floor this time for Jacobson. Missed a couple of layups, fouled on one of them, but now he misses the free throw. And concentrates, makes it, and the Robots go back in front. Minute into the second quarter, it's a 1-point lead for Ibaraki, who have 3 wins on the season, going up against the 6-win Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. Both teams in the Eastern Conference. 3-point look and well off for Seiya Ando. Well, we've seen a few air balls today for the Corsairs. They've been short for some reason. Franks travels. I think he did travel, but even if he doesn't, sometimes the bigger guy, yeah, he had that extra shuffle. It just looks a little awkward for the taller guys, doesn't it? Yu comes into the game for the first time. Plays just under 9 minutes a game for Yokohama. Clark. They got to get it up. Clark for 3. Good job, Sudo, not giving up the backdoor cut. Ooh, wide open. And push on Ibaraki. Sends Sudo tumbling to the hardwood. Good foul on Komasawa. Komasawa will sit down. Great catch, Tarzuski, but then he throws it out of bounds. I don't know if he thought Yu was gonna pop out. Watch, here he is. He's gonna roll. Yeah, that was Tarzuski's fault. Yu was wide open. Still a 1-point lead for Ibaraki. 3-point shot from the corner. It's more like it. Jinga Oka averages just 2.7 points per game, so he's already above his average. And it's back to a 4-point advantage for the hosts. Taya Ando. Tarzuski. And boy, what a break. Good job from Yu to knock it away. And it falls to Ando, who gets the layup. That's the type of play with Yu that you're not gonna, it's not gonna make the highlight reel, but nevertheless, very important play. Got his team another chance and was able to tap the basketball right to Ando. So good work from number 51, though he picks up the foul. So with 3 fouls, Inglis comes back into the game. This is a very risky move by Lassi Tuovi. An ill forward for Inglis to pick up a 4th foul in the first half. It's not often that you see a coach willing to take that gamble, but maybe Lassi Tuovi just feels, first of all, that Inglis can play without picking up the foul, and also the fact that he needs him. There's a 3-point shot. That's no good. Here's another 3 attempt, and that's good. Well, Hasegawa providing some thrust, some firepower from deep. 6:22 remaining in this first half. Followed up, rather, the Robots followed up the miss from deep, and then the right man got the opportunity to launch it. So he's got 7 points now, Hasegawa. 8 years of age, Hasegawa. And that was also a big shot from Ruha Chinoka. Hasegawa in his 2nd season with Ibaraki. Played for the Northern Happiness of Akita before that. And there is a smiling Chinoka coming out. Or Jinga Oka, I should say. So again, you know, how do you approach this if you are Ibaraki Robots? Are you tempted to try to get Inglis to pick up his 4th foul here? Got plenty of time to do it. Maybe attack him down low, see if you can get him to reach and commit a foul. Okay, so now he's come out of the game. So maybe Lassi Tuovi has had second thoughts. So you saw Hasegawa arguing his case, but Krzyzewski kind of drove him forward and got the foul called on the guard. Sudo. Oh, no, excuse me, Ando. Yeah, I see Tuovi. Just taking a deep breath. That's all you can do when you turn it over like that. They've had a couple of times where they've turned it over very cheaply. It's the 5th turnover of the game. Hasegawa gets in the lane, puts it up and in. The captain with 9 points. And another turnover. And right now, this Yokohama B-CORSAIRS team can't seem to get out of its own way. Three-point look, it's good. Wow. Nakamura knocking him down. And that's his first three-pointer, and it's a 10-point lead, the biggest of the game for Ibaraki Robots as we hit the midpoint of the second quarter. Ando from deep. Krzyzewski chases it down. Krzyzewski whips it to the other side, skip pass to you, and now up at the top. And another miss. It's an uphill struggle right now for this Yokohama B-CORSAIRS team. And they're fortunate that Jingoka had a heat check. Another turnover. Sudo. They're just not clicking at all. These turnovers are about as hard to explain. I mean, that Sudo, first of all, his pass deflected, but even if he gets it to Krzyzewski, he's not going to be able to do anything with it. So he picks up his second foul. Yokohama go over to the bench, and pretty sure that Coach Lassie Tuovi is about as close as he gets to losing his cool and getting really angry. But knowing him, he's going to try to keep that measured, calm, measured approach. I mean, that's just, if you're going to have to settle for this type of shot, you got no chance. There you go, another turnover. And another turnover. I mean, it's just been one turnover after another for Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. It's the type of thing you might expect to see in the first game of the season, or maybe the 5th game of the season, but they played way too many games, 18 games into the season. And Yokohama just looking completely out of sync, and I don't know if it's the international break, maybe they've lost some rhythm. They did beat Shiga Lake Stars in their last game, or on the last weekend rather, before the break, but then they also lost 91-68. So they come into this game having won 2 of their last 4 games, but before that they lost 5 in a row to the Dragonflies, a couple to Gunma Crane Thunder. They also lost one to Toshiba Brex and Toyama. So Yokohama not in a good way right now. Here's a three-point shot, no good. They did open the game. They did open the season, Yokohama, with a couple of wins back in October. over Ryukyu Golden Kings. So everything looked great at that point. But then they followed that up with 5 consecutive defeats. Now they did beat this Ibaraki Robots team twice at home, but then suffered another 5 defeats in a row. So it has been a challenging season for the Corsairs, and I've never seen a team turn the ball over like they have in this first half. It's been woeful, and now it just leads to another layup. So Nakamura knocking one down from inside. Kiefer Ravena picks up the dribble. Tarzuski open. Can't stop the rot. They're fortunate, really, that they're not down by more than 12 points. Franks pulls up mid-range, because this lead could be much bigger. Probably should be. Seiya Ando. You know, probably the confidence not there to take the 3 as well. Nice decision. Kai King driving and getting to the free throw line. Seiya Ando needs to play much better for this team. He's got 2 turnovers. He's got 1 assist. He's 1 of 5 from the floor. That was a layup, and it was fortuitous as well because the ball just bounced to him. Nakamura out of the game. Back into the game comes Komasawa. And boy, it just gets worse for Yokohama. This is all about the players taking responsibility. They have not shown up to play today. And they better get with it quickly or this game is going to be over. You could see from the very start of this game, Inglis with his struggles, and then he kind of turned it around. And Gary Clark gave the team a lift. But overall, Tarzuski had some bright moments early, but after that, it's been a woeful display from Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. Again, fortunate are the Yokohama B-CORSAIRS that Hasegawa missed the layup. So it's an 11-point deficit. Here's Clark. He led the comeback early on, and now he hits another shot. He definitely needs to get more touches and probably needs to be a little more selfish here and get some shots up. Franks takes it deep, back outside. Hasegawa. Here's Franks. Ball goes down, turns it over. I think anytime you got Franks dribbling the basketball, it's not a great idea. Here's Clark. Again, another three-pointer. And I'll tell you what, Gary Clark to the rescue for Yokohama B-CORSAIRS today. Talk about a one-man show. Without him, they would be nowhere. Interesting that he comes off the bench. He's got 13 points after this make. So 13 points for Gary Clark, again, who averages 13.8 points, 5.2 rebounds. But he has looked good, and he's about, again, the only thing that's looked good for this team today. Gary Clark in his second season with Yokohama B-CORSAIRS Plays college basketball at Cincinnati like the great Oscar Robertson. Hall of Fame point guard. One of the greatest ever. The Big O. So back to live action, out of the timeout. Very important final minute and a half. And again, another miss. And boy, Yokohama B-CORSAIRS are about as lucky as you can get with this Ibaraki Robots team is missing some very, what appear to be easy shots. No turnaround from Ravena. Follow from Clark, this time not able to tap it in. And another turnover. Nope. Do they get it? Gary Clark gets on the ground. Can't get it. Jacobson does. They get it to Franks. He gets it up. And this time they pay the price. Yokohama B-CORSAIRS for not picking it up. 40 seconds remaining. Ravena drifts in. Kentamori, feet set. So Ibaraki Robots with an 8-point advantage. They want to go to halftime with at least an 8-point advantage. So here's Franks with the basketball, and like we've seen before, Franks handling the basketball, not a great recipe, but he does get it to his teammate. And keeper Ravena is just going to hold on to it. Well, Ibaraki Robots with a real big opportunity here to get win number 4 on the season. They lead Yokohama B-CORSAIRS 34-26 at halftime.
Thank you, RBT ロボスケ、後半もよろしく。さあこの時間はラッキー FM ハーフタイムプログラムのお時間です。本日のゲストはラッキー FM 茨城放送、毎週水曜日20時から21時に放送中のダッペ帝国の逆襲から茨城県出身のアーティスト、茨キングさんです。
茨キングのダッペ帝国の逆襲。
皆さんこんにちは。盛り上がってますか？ただいま紹介していただきましたラッキー FM 茨城放送ダッペ帝国の逆襲のパーソナリティ茨キングです。皆さんよろしくお願いします。ここは茨城弁も通じんのかな。あんまし通じかな。大丈夫かな。横浜の人らにはちょっと聞き取れねえかもしんねえけどよ、ちょっと茨城弁で紹介させていただきますが、毎週水曜日夜8時から、ダッペ帝国の逆襲っていうね、ダッペ帝国って茨城のことなんですけど、茨城県をねディープに面白く紹介する、そんなラジオ番組をやっております。結構ね茨城弁も飛び交ってるんですけど、茨城弁ごじゃっぺカルタなんつってね、リスナーさんからの投稿コーナーもあったりして、かなり盛り上がってますんで、ぜひ、茨城が好きな人、そして茨城に詳しくなりたい方はですね、水曜の夜8時からダッペ帝国の逆襲、ぜひ一度聞いてみてください。ラジコンツアプリでも聞けるからね、ぜひスマホとかでも聞けますんで、ぜひ聞いてみてください。さあそして今日は、番組の宣伝だけじゃなくてね、ラップの方で、ロボッツを、そして茨城を応援しに来ました。ラジオの方は茨キングって名前でやってるんですけど、ラップの方は茨ラッパーって名前で、いろいろ茨城県のご当地ラップを作ってまして、ロボットの曲なんかもねやったりしてるんですけど、今日はね、茨城を応援しようっていうそんな気持ちで一番茨城弁が濃い曲用意してきました。なのでちょっと聞き取れるかどうかは分かんないんですけど、田んぼ is my life って曲をちょっとやってみたいと思いますけど、うちの周りがね田んぼばっかの地平線のような田んぼが広がってる、そんな農村地帯なんですけど、そういったところでねいろいろ米作りなんかもやってまして、いやーでもこの地平線が広がるようなそんな田んぼっつうのも、なかなか珍しいですしね。そしてそれも茨城の宝だっぺっていうことで、茨城再発見、地元応援ソングとなっております。じゃあ茨城弁結構濃いんで、皆さんよーく聞き耳立てて聞いてみてください。じゃあ田んぼ is my life 聞いてください。今日はこの会場は危ねえや。どうなんだい調子もいいやべなんだって。んじゃよかった。さあ後半もね応援盛り上がっていくべ。じゃあこの曲で景気づけに聴いてください。犬目と犬目よ朝からバサバラ田んぼだ散歩だ小一しか同じの親父もぶらりのまりいがれひあっぺないがっぺな自転車こぐんじゃスマホは出すなほつってちまでよあんちゃん。あそこの息子の軽トラねえどなおじゃにしちゃまだ早えどな。乾いた旦那が水張ったんならいよいよだがんねこのシーズン。イグズになってもリグズじゃねえんだ。テンション上がんだノーリーズン。連休入ればみんなで田植えなヘブチラップノラウィーク。宿練なっちゃいっぱい飲んで一風呂飽きたら生ビール。田んぼ is my life。田んぼ以外一切ないさえないコンビニさえないけど変わらない俺のスタートライン。田んぼ is my life。遠くに見えたスカイライン伝えたいこの景色残したいかけがえのない俺のホームグラウンド。聞き取れながら1番は大変のないよね。じゃ2番は稲刈りのないようですから。まだまだあずりがかんねじゃまずいな。そろそろ出番かどうさ。6月キャバビラ握ったてっぴら伝わるバイブスコンバイン。人はめくからとっととやっちゃがてんでてくれたサンシャイン。今年もベリベリナイスなライスな愛する田んぼよ You're mine。田んぼ is my life。田んぼ以外 スタートラインタンポイズマイライ遠くに見えたスカイライン伝えたいこの景色残したいかけがえのない俺のホームグラウンド、yeah、さあ茨城はね今サッカーも盛り上がってますけどバスケの方ももっと盛り上がっていきましょう。Tambo is my Tambo is my Tambo is my life. Tambo is my Tambo is my Tambo is my life. Tambo is my Tambo is my Tambo is my life. Tambo is my Tambo is my Tambo is my life. Tambo is my life. Tambo 以外一切ないさえないコンビニさえないけど変わらない俺のスタートライン Tambo is my life 遠くに見えたスカイラインこの景色残したいかけがえのない俺のホームグラウンド犬目とイグメよ朝からバサマラ田んぼさ田んぼだ小一近く同じの親父のブラ身の回り苦手し雨だリゴップな自転車こぐんじゃスマホは出すなはずめちまうよあんちゃんあそこの息子の消えとらねえどなおじゃにしちゃまだ早えどなありがとうございました。さあ後半もね応援盛り上がっていきましょう。ありがとうございました。イバラッパーイバラキングでした。
ありがとうございました。改めて茨城キングさんに大きな拍手をお願いいたします。以上ラッキー FM ハーフタイムプログラムでした。
それでは B リーグのパートナー各社のご紹介をいたします。B
Ibaraki Robots taking on Yokohama B-CORSAIRS here today. And Ibaraki getting the better of their opponents. Very sloppy performance by the Corsairs. Ibaraki racing out. They had an early 9-point lead, only to be pegged back. This was Jacobson doing a lot of the heavy lifting early on. Gary Clark coming to the rescue for Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. Tarzuski hustling. But overall, layup after layup after free throw after free throw put Ibaraki in a really good position. After some early struggles for Damian Ingles, they brought him back in, and then Gary Clark also hit a couple of threes, hit a shot in the lane, and got Yokohama back on track, or seemingly did. Only for that man, Yang, the Korean, who's one of the players nominated for the Asian All-Star team for the B-League contest, along with Kiefer Ravena, the Asian team. Then you have that big three-pointer made by Jinga Oka. And then that one was a miss, but then the follow. So Konosawa hitting the three. And then Hasegawa getting it, passing it back outside to Nakamura to knock one down. They've only hit 4-15, but it feels like they've hit more. But nevertheless, Yokohama, again with Clark, relying on him, just trying to keep them within striking distance. But so far it's been a tall order. He's got 13 points. He's 3 of 5 from deep. So he has all three pointers rather for Yokohama, does Gary Clark. Free throw disparity quite huge. You look at that, 10 of 11 at the stripe for Ibaraki compared to just 1 of 3 for Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. Seven turnovers for Ibaraki, 8 turnovers for Yokohama. And again, 13 points, a game high for Gary Clark. 8 rebounds for Jacobson to go with his 8 points. So he's done a good job. Nakamura has the 3 assists to go with his 3 points. And Hasegawa with the 9 points, leading Ibaraki. You got Seiya Ando nominated for the All-Star game for Yokohama, but he's had a real struggle today. Just under 12 minutes, he's got 2 points. He's 1 of 5 from the floor. He has just 1 assist and 2 turnovers. So he needs to turn things around big time and now. You can't wait. This is not a game Yokohama B-CORSAIRS can afford to lose, and certainly they can't afford to lose the way they've been playing right now. Looks like Yokohama going to start a little smallish and maybe try to pick up the pace a little bit, make it a faster game. So we're underway. It's Seiya Ando, Clark, Kai King in the starting 5 here in the second half. Kiefer Ravena, Kai King backs his way in, and Misses with a little turnaround. Also Tarzuski in the game. Oh, wonderful take and wonderful make by Nakamura. Now the lead is 10. Clark takes the three and a moving screen. Are they going to count it? I don't think so. Tarzuski. That referee making that call from the other side of the court. Wide open look for Jacobson. And one of the themes of this game has been Ibaraki being up and having chances to extend their lead and not doing so. I mean, they could easily be up by 20 points. They have missed a lot of shots. So neither team playing great right now. Much better. Driving in. Getting to the free throw line, Kai King. But that's a big call because Nakamura, not a player that Ibaraki Robots want out of the game, and Kai King misses another free throw. It has been woeful for Yokohama today in so many respects, including at the line. They're just fighting it. Now 1 of 4 to stripe. Takes his time, makes 1 of 2. It's the second time he's done that. And back to a 9-point advantage. Oh boy, driving in on missing, but there is Franks with the rebound. Misses with the putback, gonna go up again and scores. And Inglis has to be careful. Obviously, he's got the 3 fouls. Excuse me, that was Clark has to be careful. He's got, now we got the whistle. That's a clear hold. Clark open, he's got it. I mean, he has been the absolute savior for this team today. 16 points, just to keep him within striking distance. And the answer, the 3-pointer from Hasegawa, 12 points. Tarzuski backs up, brings it back out. Seiya Ando back to Clark. Well, almost becoming too predictable. They know that Clark is the only one that's feeling it today, so he's getting all the shots. Hasegawa short. Ando drifts in. Incredible. Just not firing today. Seiya Ando. Drifting in, missing. Another chance for Yokohama. And Hasegawa with the foul, the bump. Okay, English comes in. Let's see if he can spark the team. Clark goes out. Yokohama need somebody else other than Gary Clark to step up. And they get it to English, and he promptly loses it out of bounds. Nice move. And nobody boxes out. And the lead is his biggest of the game now, 13 points for Ibaraki. Ravenna high arcing three. Maybe he will provide a spark. Offensive foul. Oh, no, excuse me. They're going to call the foul on King. Barging in. Watch this. Pushing in. Yep. No doubt about it. Go back in the game. Kai King goes out. Lovi just searching for somebody just to make a play, and they give up another one with Franks. So he goes back to 14, and all I can say is that Yokohama just extremely fortunate that this lead isn't 30 points for Ibaraki. Say Ando finally drifts in and makes a shot, makes a play. Ball intended for Jacobson goes off his hands and out of bounds, passed by Hasegawa. Kojima back in the game. He's played well in the first half. English gets in and scores. It's his fourth point, but he looked much better that time, much more assertive. Starting to look like Yokohama feeling a sense of urgency at last. Franks gets it down, good defense from behind, although he's got to be careful. They end up with a three, and excellent work, Clark. Great hustle, though, by Franks to get over there and knock it away. Jacobson takes it all the way in. Well, you get those second and third chances, and eventually one of them is going to go. Inglis from the baseline. Jacobson's pass. Well, they're going to call a hold. A hold on Gary Clark. Foul on him. 10-point lead. Ibaraki just trying to lower the boom here. Can they? Three-point shot right in front of the bench of Yokohama. And once again, Yokohama not able to rebound. They're arguing that it went off of Franks. Well, they can challenge it if they want. And challenge it they will. Now this will be interesting. You don't want to finish the game. I didn't think it was that clear from that angle that we saw. So Lassituovi will also use this opportunity as if it were a timeout. Have a look. Okay, Clark has it there. Well, it certainly looks like Clark might have touched that. Question is, does it? Franks definitely hit the ball, but then does it hit off of Clark's right hand before it goes out of bounds? So they're not going to change it. It's going to remain this way. So back out of the timeout, Franks, or rather after the challenge. And Inglis gets the basketball, almost turned it over there. Remember, Inglis with the 3 fouls. I think they need to look at him down low if he could post up. There he is. Wide open pseudo, no. Gonna go back to Inglis. And air ball. Chance to go quickly for Clark. And able to get it back. Puts it up. What an opportunity. Gary Clark playing the part of Superman today for his team. So it's back to an 8-point deficit, and Clark, who has been really a one-man wrecking crew today, or at least a one-man attack, is going to the free throw line and sinks the free throw. He's got 19, 47-40. Yokohama B-CORSAIRS, as bad as it's been, they've got a chance. And now another, just a very poor turnover for the host on Yang. No, Yang, it was a Cook that got crossed up, excuse me. It was Yang coming up and committing the foul. So Yang, so Cook and it was Cook and Franks that got crossed up there. Franks falling over. And meanwhile, Yokohama getting Taniguchi at the line, who's just checked in and makes the first free throw. Well, you got to take these opportunities when you get him, Taniguchi, and he does. He averages 3 points per game, 5.5 minutes per game. And it's a 5-point deficit. Now facing Yokohama. Who knows, maybe they've saved their best for last. It's 12 minutes and change remaining in the game. Oh, that was a huge shot. Kojima taking it back to a 7-point advantage. Oh. Well, he was feeling it, Taniguchi, but he misses. Kojima again. Ah, the 3-point shot. He's just not having any of this comeback. 5 consecutive points for number 1. And that leads to a timeout from Lassie Tuovi. So coming out of the timeout by Yokohama, they trail by 10 points. Kojima hitting that big 3. Inglis back to the basket, fades, the battle, and it goes out of bounds. It'll stay at this end with 1.5 minutes remaining, 1:27 remaining in this third quarter. Beautiful bounce pass for the second time, but this time the block shot was there. They didn't get away with it. And really, Clark will be disappointed he didn't score there. He probably should have, even with that defense coming down on him. Kojima. This time gives it up to Franks. Yang passes it back outside and way too patient there. Kojima hits the shot. Yang maybe had better, needed to be a little bit more precise with the shot clock. Jacobson returns to the court. Chris Holmes sensing the opportunity to get a big win today, right after the international break. This is exactly what his team needs. Get a 4th win of the season and come back and win again tomorrow. Inglis turnaround. He's got it. Six points for Inglis. 8-point deficit. Will Kojima again look for the shot? I think if you're Yokohama, you don't want the ball in his hands because he's been making them. He even made one in the last trip down, but it came after the shot clock. Oh, he gets it. He puts it up, and this time does not make the shot. So final 10 seconds and an opportunity for Yokohama. Keeper Rivena takes it. Passes back to Inglis. Does he get it off? He does, but that is it. Well, unselfish play by Kiefer Rivena, but it didn't seem quite right, did it? He could have had the opportunity. He freed himself. 52-44. Ibaraki lead Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. 10 minutes remaining. Kojima's lifting his team with some great shooting. 7 points, 2 of 3 from the floor. Of course, 5 points coming right there where it felt like Yokohama had finally figured things out. They had the momentum, and then he popped up, got the three-pointer. Got the 2, in fact, and then the three-pointer. So fourth quarter action underway. Ibaraki with possession, leading by 8. Can they lower the boom? Can they get that 4th win of the season? Here the drive, and Gary Clark gets it before he goes out of bounds. Rivena down low to Tarzuski, and he is fouled. Komasawa with the personal. Now, I don't think there's any doubt the free throw line is going to come into play here. Yokohama are going to have to make some. Yokohama shooting 70.9% from the free throw line as a team. They haven't shot it well today. Yokohama with Taniguchi. He made his 2 free throws. He's looking positive, but doesn't score. Ooh, pump fake. Taniguchi might have gotten the foul if he had shot it. Kojima trying to make himself available. And Jacobson fouled right as he makes his move with 2.5 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Jacobson 4 of 5 at the free throw line today. Second foul on Tarzuski. And again, Jacobson came into this game shooting it pretty well. Well, so-so, 65.9%, and misses this one. So he's now missed a couple. You want to be at least at 70% on the season. He looked good when he was taking them earlier in the game. Some people, the really good free throw shooters, say you should be much higher. And to be honest, when he makes his free throws, it's nothing but net. So it's hard to understand how he could be a 65.9% free throw shooter coming in. Meanwhile, Seiya Ando re-enters the game. Taniguchi goes out. And there's certain players in this team that have to fire for Yokohama to be successful, and Seiya Ando is one of them. And so far today, he really hasn't. There's 2 of 7 from the floor. But the beauty of a basketball game, at least one beautiful part of it, is a 40-minute game, so there's plenty of time to put it right. And after a long time on the bench, Seiya Ando with a chance now to find his form. But he can't be shy. He has to be aggressive. Here's Keeper Ravena, missing it from deep. Ball goes out of bounds. Yokohama averaging 79.2 points per game. So they are well under their average. Just having an almighty struggle today offensively. Here's the lob, and nice play. And Tarjuski just puts it up and in. And timeout, Chris Holm. He didn't like the look of that. Keeper Ravena, the high pick and roll. Although not up to the top of the key, but out on the wing. And Ravena read that beautifully, as did Tarjuski. Well, so far they're low for the season. Yokohama 65 points when they were beaten at Akita Northern Happiness 75-65 back on November 12th. At 68 in their last game before the window. 91-68 lost to Shiga Lake Stars. And they had 66 earlier in the season against Shimane Susanoo Magic. Seiya Ando's former team, 81-66. So they could be on course for a season low today unless they turn things around here over the final 8 minutes. Good defense, almost. Looked like Gary Clark got a hand on it, but just not enough to prevent the ball from going to Jacobson. Look at that. And Jacobson did excellent work keeping his hands up, not giving up on the basketball. And the foul was called on Keeper Ravena. So Jacobson has certainly, one of the talking points has been getting to the free throw line today. He's 5 of 7. Now 5 of 8. And he looked really good shooting his free throws early. But now feels like it's become a little bit more mental for him. This is the first. And it does make the second. So that's what we've seen on his last 2 trips to the line. He's got 14 points. That's over the shoulder pass, and Tarczewski has to take it back out because he didn't catch it cleanly. Tried to run that same play. Clark from deep goes down. Mori with the rebound, doesn't go up, passes it back outside to Sudo, knocks down a 3. Wow. Big play by Kenta Mori. And that just illustrates how sometimes it is the right decision to pass it back out and not to go for the layup, because he could have even had the shot blocked. So back to a 5-point deficit for Yokohama. Ibaraki. Can they close this out? Oh, nice handoff and the dunk for Robert Franks. Late in the shot clock. Looked like they committed too many players. Did Yokohama to stopping Hasegawa on his drive. And this time the ball goes off the hands of Tarczewski. And driving in for the layup, it's good. Look at that, Hasegawa once again. And twice we've seen Yokohama cut the deficit to 5 points, and twice we've seen an immediate response by Ibaraki Robots. Excellent work by the Robots, and they're not being very robotic. It's looking smooth. Well, 14 points for him today. Just went right past Seiya Ando. Kiefer Ravena, or he had to have the help, and Franks just scored. So very poor defensively that time by Yokohama. Seiya Ando, I don't think should be so willing to give up the baseline. Sometimes you have to be demanding, like a Mike Krzyzewski or a Bobby Knight used to be. And you got to be solid playing D, moving your feet, staying in front of your man. So just not good enough by Yokohama, who now once again trail by 9 and 7 minutes remaining. Well, all credit to the Robots. They have definitely shown some mental toughness here a couple of times when Yokohama have gotten it close, and now Inglis with another turnover and Franks with another layup, and that is toxic for Yokohama. Excellent work by the Ibaraki Robots. Another turnover on Ravena, another 3 attempt. Tarczewski has it knocked out of his hands. And with 6:21 remaining, you get the feeling that Ibaraki can smell victory, and they are not going to let this one get away. This keeper Ravena has to do better than. For Ravena, high arcing 3, makes amends for that last turnover. Just under 6 minutes remaining. Hasegawa drives in, falls into the crowd, grabs the towel to wipe his hands, and hustles back down the floor. And an offensive foul. I don't know if that was a moving screen. Tarzuski. No, it's on Ando, excuse me. Must have picked up his elbow. I didn't see it. I need to see that again. Kai King's going to come in. I think Lassie Tuovi must be exasperated by what he's watched so far. Every time it feels like Yokohama getting a little bit of momentum, they just lose it. Much of that has to do with Ibaraki. Hasegawa looks for space. Franks fading, yes. Robert Franks now with 12 points and another turnover. I tell you what, this is about as bad as it gets right here. Look at this. Ravena, Inglis trying to get it to Ando. They're just not clicking today. They're not connecting. Their turnovers are truly about as bad as you can get. And that is the expression that says it all. Turnovers. Tarzuski with the takedown foul. Missing from deep. Ravena has it. Oh, they're going to count it. Keeper Ravena now suddenly coming to life. How many times have we been here feeling like Yokohama, feeling the desperation, feeling the sense of urgency, making a play or two, but just not able to sustain it. And Sormaki picks up the foul. He's going to go sit down. Timeout on the court. I think in some respects, Ibaraki doing Yokohama a favor by calling this timeout, giving them a free timeout. Well, you could see that Hasegawa was really trying to get the referee to blow the whistle there. Sorakawa hustles down. Not a horrible foul, maybe a little bit unlucky, but yeah, there's contact, and Ravena does a great job of just staying with it and driving in and scoring. 10 points for the 32-year-old from the Philippines. Super nice chap, Keeper Ravena. Seems to really enjoy playing here in the B-League. Keeper Ravena, think about how long he's been here. And it has been several years now. He played with Shiga Lake Stars going back to the 2021-22 season, 3 seasons with them. This is his 2nd season with Yokohama. .447 remaining. Anything can happen over the final 447. But I can't emphasize enough how important this game is for both of these teams that are in the lower echelons of the table. And really for Ibaraki, I mean, this can be a huge fillip, a huge boost to get their 4th win and then have a chance to win again tomorrow. .9 points the lead. Can Ibaraki land another blow. Jacobson, skip pass. And they do, just way too easy, making it look easy. Nakamura has 7 points. Inglis from stripe. Great work, and the putback from Kai King, and he's fouled. And let's see if he can make the free throw this time. First of all, Franks didn't box out. Got caught ball watching, and then he fouled King. King has to make this free throw. He's missed a couple today. And he does. He concentrates. He's now 3 of 5 at the stripe. He's got 5 points. That was a huge play. They needed something. And he delivered with a 3-point play. What they would love to do is get a turnover and fast break. But Ibaraki taking some of the steam out of the game. You can see they're not in a rush. Okay, now they do pick it up, and Franks gets in, a little wraparound, passes it back outside. Jacobson, 5 on the shot clock. And offensive foul. Fourth foul on Nakamura. And with 3:44 remaining, just a little bit of more hope for Yokohama. It has been tough sledding, though, for the Corsairs. Seiya Ando knocks down a 3. Well, better late than never, and that's a 5-point game. And it's 10 points for Seiya Ando. And the Yokohama B-CORSAIRS with a rare chance to cheer today. You're talking about Seiya Ando, I think one of the premier players in this league, and he has to play well for this Yokohama B-CORSAIRS team. He needs to score. This time he takes the shot with confidence. So he's now 2 of 4 from 3-point range today. So he's got some Seiya Ando fans over there right behind the bench. (66-61). Ibaraki coming out of the timeout. Would love for this thing to be done and dusted, but it is anything but right now with Yokohama closing the gap. Under 3.5 minutes remaining. Yokohama simply cannot afford to give up a layup here. They have to. They got to put them on the line. They put them on the line. Bounce pass to Jacobson. Knocked away. Kai King gets it. Seiya Ando over to Clark. Seiya Ando. Inglis. Coastal travel. Stops and misses everything once again. We've seen that from him a couple of times today. Just doesn't even hit the rim. You got to at least hit the rim to give your team a chance to get the rebound. 2:53 remaining. That was brutal. And Chris Holm can thank his lucky stars, because that very easily could have made it 3 points. Clark almost. getting up there to get a steal. Pulls back to play D. Now Franks. Surely you got a sack. They can beat you from outside. They get it to Jacobson. Oh, he gets it. Shot clock about to expire. He's got to get it up. He does get it up just in time. And the ball hit out of bounds. But did not get it off in time. That's the call. Watch this. There's no foul there. Jacobson appealing for one, but Kiefer Ravena was there. Still a 5-point lead. Ibaraki leaving the door open here. Seiya Ando goes all the way in. And 2 free throws. Excellent work, Seiya Ando. Good things happen if you attack the basket. Look at this again. Hasegawa picks up his 3rd foul. Nervous times now for Ibaraki. Crucial free throws. Ando makes the first. Seiya Ando came into this game hitting 85.7% of his free throws and makes both. First 2 free throws of the game, and Yokohama closed the gap to 3 points. Three-point shot, and the long rebound off the Hasegawa miss. He's got it again. Bounce pass. Jacobson, they get it to the corner. The 3-point look again, and Inglis with the rebound following the miss by Nakamura. 1:45 remaining. Yokohama do not have to look for a 3 here. They can still drive, but Endo's going to put up a 3. He's going to hit it. You cannot make it up. Ibaraki fans must be absolutely stunned. Yokohama have battled back to tie it. Really having a tough game today, Yokohama, yet they've tied it. Here's Franks. And Jacobson with the big rebound. New 14 on the shot clock, 1:20 remaining. What a contest. This is why they love the B-League, folks. It's coming down the stretch. And they battle, and Jacobson can't get it. And the Corsairs, through all their struggles today, find themselves knotted and with the chance to take the lead. And Kai King may be a tad fortunate they don't blow the whistle there. Seiya Ando seems to have discovered a little bit of magic here. Is he going to be the guy? Certainly seems so. Nope, could be Clark. Back to the basket. Double team comes, he's got to get rid of it. Somebody's got to be open. And traveling is the call. Moved his pivot. Good job defensively by the Ibaraki Robots. So the help came. That's where he was trying to get rid of it. He picked up the dribble there, thinking that he would be able to pass it. And that was a huge play defensively by Ibaraki not to allow Clark a spin, a turn, a chance to get a shot off. He wasn't going to rush up a shot. And now once again, it's Ibaraki with 45 seconds left, or 40 seconds left. Franks knocked away, he goes down, knocked away, and again it's the defense, and it's Gary Clark that comes up with a huge play. And 10-second differential on the game clock and the shot clock. It is white knuckle time, baby. Here's Seiya Ando. I would not be surprised if he just goes one-on-one. He steps back. Nope, it's going to be Kai King. Kai King hands it off in the dunk. Incredible scenes for Yokohama. Terrific play by Kai King. I thought he should have taken the shot, but he saw his teammate, Clark, entering the lane and laid it off for the two-handed jam. Look at this. Seiya Ando steps back. Right decision. And Kai King, excellent work, attacking the basket, going baseline, and handing it off. And Kai King, who had that huge tap in when he was fouled by Franks and then made the free throw, now makes a big drive. So about as big a struggle as you can have in a game today, Yokohama B-CORSAIRS, suddenly they find themselves in front. Well, Seiya Endo has plenty of quality. It's just that hasn't been able to show it really, or he hasn't shown it until this fourth quarter. Now he's got 15 points. He's 5 of 10 from the floor, 3 of 5 from deep. He does have 4 turnovers, but you'd never know, looking at his stats now, that he had the type of struggles that he did today. Okay, granted, the 4 turnovers and the 2 assists doesn't look good for a guard. And Ibaraki Robots, with just 3 wins this season, if they don't come back and win this game, this would be devastating, potentially. They led by 13 points in this game. They were playing against a Yokohama team that just wasn't able to do anything. And suddenly, it's unraveled here in the fourth quarter. Here's Franks. Picks up the dribble. They got to go. Franks has to get it up. He takes a very difficult shot. It's short. And Yokohama have escaped. They have snatched victory from the jaws of defeat right at the end. And I cannot believe that Ibaraki Robots put the ball in the hands of Franks at the end. Give it to a guard, let him create, and then pass to Franks, but not expect him to create the shot or to make the pass, because he fumbled it away. He got it back. Look at that, 68-66. Yokohama B-CORSAIRS win by the skin of their teeth. Well, that's pulling a rabbit out of the hat right there. I mean, Yokohama, in my opinion, had no business winning this game, but they did pick up their game in the fourth quarter. Kiefer Urbana made some plays. I mean, they struggled for 3 quarters. They showed up, and it just looked like, and honestly, I think against a better team today, they would have lost. I think probably Ibaraki had numerous chances to step on the accelerator, to get even more distance. And I think Lassie Tuovi knows that his team really, I don't want to say lucked out today, but eked out a victory when you would have thought their chances of winning the game entering the final quarter would have been probably 5%, because they were just not at the races today. So huge disappointment for Ibaraki Robots, who remains stuck on 3 wins. And they just did not make the plays at the end. So Chris Holm is going to come and talk. Difficult for him at this moment, but I think we're going to go down and hear from Coach Lassie Tuovi.
After a long break, you know, it's a great feeling to be able to see you guys play in front of you guys. You know, I really think that the guys fought. They did everything they could as far as leaving effort and energy on the floor, trying to create an amazing game atmosphere for you guys. We came up a little short. We have to be better. We will be better. Please keep cheering us on. Please keep supporting us as we continue to strive to get better each and every day. We have a game tomorrow. We're right there. We just got to finish the job. So please come out and cheer for us again tomorrow. Thank you guys so very much.
今日もたくさんの応援の方ありがとうございます。本当に長いブレイクが明けて、また皆さんの前でこうやってプレーできることは本当に嬉しく思ってます。 今日の試合なんですけど、本当にまたこういう形で負けてしまって、チームとしても選手としてもエフォートを出すだったりとか、コート上でやることをやるっていうことはしっかりできたと思うんですけども、やっぱりこの最後勝ち切るというところ、そこは絶対に自分たちチームとして絶対に成長して良くなっていくように約束をします。なのでこれからもたくさんの応援の方よろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございました。クリス・ホルムヘッドコーチでした。
Well, the Nevada native played his college basketball, Rhode Island, then Vermont, then had a odyssey that took him all over the place, including here to Japan. Chris Holm served as an assistant at George Washington, then he was an assistant at Hamilton High School, and he came back to Japan as assistant coach, Kyoto Hanaris. 2020, now here he is with Ibaraki, and it is a tough pill to swallow. And I agree, I don't really think they played that badly at all. I'm still trying to get my head around how they didn't win the game. But ultimately, Yokohama were able to make some plays. Here's Lassie Tuovi.
お疲れ様です。正直苦しい内容だったと思うんですけども、最終的に勝ち切ったことを踏まえて今日の試合を振り返っていきたいと思います。
Yeah, Ibaraki came out from the break very, seriously, and they, especially got our offense difficult. You can translate this first.
そうですね、本当に茨城さんもそのバイウィーク明けで本当にいい勢いでディフェンスをして、自分たちもオフェンスがあまり機能できなかった時間帯が多かったです。
But for your question, I think there was some moments in the game that we got to the 5 points. It always went back to 10, 12. There was a moment that we had 3 turnovers in a row, fourth quarter. The main thing is that heads didn't go down, and that's the main thing. What I'm proud that we still believed, and today it was a little bit luck, but it was enough.
でその中で質問に答える中で自分たちもやりたいことができた時間帯があって、5点差になったり、その後に10点差に開いたりとか、結構そういうアップダウンが激しい中でも、本当に自分たちはそれでもその頭を下げなかったっていうところが、今回の勝ちの原因だったと思いますし、それがあったからこそ本当に選手たちが最後まで戦って勝てたっていうのは本当に自分は誇りに思います。
ありがとうございます。本当に底力があるなっていうのも証明できた試合だったと思います。また明日大事な試合が。
Yeah, it's about will, but I need to say that we had difficulties before the break. Of course, me, myself, and Seiya were not here during the break, so I give a credit to the guys who work hard. Today it was definitely not beautiful, but especially the defensive end was much better than before the break. So need to give a credit to the coaches and the players about that. And yeah, there was a will to do better than 2-3 weeks ago.
そうですね、本当にその勝ちたいっていう意思が、全員が見せてくれたっていうのがものすごく嬉しかったですし、やっぱりそのバイウィーク前は自分たちのディフェンスの強度とかそういうのでもいろんな課題があった中で、自分や安藤選手がバイウィーク中にはいなかったんですけど、いたメンバーたちは本当に頑張ってくれたっていうので、ここまで勝ちたいという意思を持ちながら、最後まで戦えたっていうのがあるので、そのことに関しては本当に自分は誇りに思いますし、非常に嬉しいです。
ありがとうございます。また明日期待してます。ありがとうございました。
Thank you. ありがとうございます。
Well, he made a good point. They had some difficulties before the break, and then he wasn't there, although it was Yukato Ola, the assistant coach, very, head coach caliber, also from Finland, so understands exactly what's going on at the B-CORSAIRS. But then Seiya Ando, again, as he mentioned, was with Japan's national team during the break, so he wasn't able to stay there and practice. He's, you could probably say, okay, it's been a little bit tougher for Seiya Ando, and he played decent minutes under Coach Tom Hovass. 14 minutes in the first win over Chinese Taipei, had 7 points, then 7 minutes and 6 points in the second game. But when he counted, Seiya Ando came to the fore, and we're going to hear from him now.
お疲れ様です。いや、4クォーター最後の最後でやっと安藤聖也になりましたね。今日の試合振り返ってどうですか。
いやもうなかなか、本当に4クォーターぐらいまで全然、なんていうんですかね、呼吸が合わなくて、かなり苦しんでたんですけど、やっぱターンオーバーも多くて、でやっぱ10点差に多分2、3回ぐらい広げられて、でも一番良かったのが、なんか切り替えが早かったんで、それが最後、勝ちにつながった要因かなと思います。
まさにね、その切り替えが早かったってので、なんでしょうね、不屈の精神みたいのをね、僕らは感じてたんですけど、なんかヘッドコーチがそういったチームはこうしていこうみたいな話せる範囲であったらちょっと教えてもらいたいんですけど。
いややっぱり練習からちょっと声掛けちゃんとみんなでしてハイタッチとかしていこうっていうのを、当たり前なんですけど、やっぱり流れ悪い時にそういうのがやっぱりできなくなってしまうんで、やっぱこういうなんだろうチームスポーツって、でもそれを今日はそれをちゃんと約束守ってできましたし、自分もリーダーとして最後ちゃんとシュートをなんとか決め切って流れ持ってくることができたんで、良かったかなと思います。
本当素晴らしい活躍でした。日本代表などもあったりしてね、コンディションもなかなか作るの難しいと思うんですけど、どうですか今のコンディショニングは。
いやもう全然すごい疲れてるとかそういうのないですし、やっぱりもうファンのね皆さんもプレーを見に来てくださっているので、やっぱり応援している人たちのために自分の持っている力っていうのを、全部出し切りたいと思います。
力強い言葉ありがとうございます。そのスーパー元気エネルギッシュタフネス安藤聖也選手から明日に向けて一言お願いします。
いやもうやっぱりこのね負けたチームっていうのは必ず、修正して、技術も体も認定して高くやってくると思うんで、僕たちもやっぱこういう勝ちの後が本当に大事なんで、しっかり準備したいと思います。
はい、力強いコメントありがとうございました。明日も頑張ってください。
はい、ありがとうございました。
Well, one down, one more to go between these two teams this weekend. But without a doubt, if today was a must-win for Ibaraki, tomorrow it's like win or bust, because they had it felt like they already had one hand on the victory today when it was wrestled loose in the fourth quarter. And when a team has 3 wins and to lose like that, it is just painful. And meanwhile, Yokohama have a chance now to do something really special this weekend, and that would be to get 2 wins when they've had some struggles. And if you can get wins, win ugly, that's great for your season. Obviously, you want to play better. And you had Jacobson that had been made co-captain during the international break of Ibaraki, and it felt like he was showing great leadership today, scoring, rebounding. Meanwhile, you had Seiya Ando coming out saying we struggled to the fourth quarter, but we were lucky. We changed our mind, our mental approach. As for me, I'd played PB games, but I wasn't tired. I didn't tire and have energy now. So just double check here. Yeah, sorry, Ando, we struggled until the fourth quarter, but we're lucky we've changed got stronger mentally. I think Ando he was struggling for energy until the end. Still, they'll have the game tomorrow to improve, so they'll have to be careful and get another win. But in many respects, for Yokohama, getting the win today, their 7th win of the season, I don't even think they can think about playoffs playing like they did today. They got to think about consolidating, just playing well at this point. As it is, they are now with 7 wins. They're not that far out of 5th place, but from 5th place on, Alvart came into this week with 10 wins, and you've got Brex and Ryukyu Golden Kings also up higher. You got Chiba Jets with 15 wins, so unless there's going to be a dramatic turnaround, you wouldn't think that Yokohama would be thinking about the playoffs. Their aim right now has to just be playing better game by game. Chiba Jets did lose today, though, in fact, to Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. Golden Kings won. Rex have been on top of Akita. Toyota Democrat Thunder's winning today. But anyway, I think it's just focus on what you can do, and what Yokohama can do is just work on their game and get better. And for Ibaraki, you hope for Chris Holmes' sake that his team is able to pull some of these games out. You know they want to do it, and it feels like they've got the players. They don't have that dominant low post player, and maybe lack a little bit of depth in that low post. And I think he has to figure some things out in that standpoint. I don't think their guard play is that bad. It feels to me like Ibaraki should have more than 3 wins. And we'll see if they can turn things around. I'm not entirely sure they're using this guy the right way, Franks, especially at the end of the game. I think there's just too much pressure on him to try to create, try to do something. The guard play was I felt like their guard play was their strength today. Early on, it was Jacobson, and then it was the guards. That made play after play after play. You had Nakamura, you had Jingo Oka, you had Hasegawa, who had the 16 points. Jacobson did what he needed to do today, really. 14 points, 11 rebounds. He did miss a few free throws that were costly down the stretch. You feel bad for him, especially knowing how badly he wants to win. But then you get this. If you leave a team like Yokohama hanging around and they've got players like Seiya Ando, Ando will eventually come good. He did leave it late today, but he ended up making shots. There's a reason why he was selected in the Japan national team for the last window, because he's good. And then if you have to settle for a shot like that to try to tie it or win it from Franks, then you're just not going to get it done for Ibaraki. They had too many chances today where they could have increased their lead. They did not. I don't think there's any reason for that game to be as close as it was for Ibaraki. So I think really they just need to go look at themselves in the mirror and accept that they let one get away today. So you see the shooting numbers, turnovers, 15 for Ibaraki, 16 for Yokohama. That was a real problem for them today. And obviously, Yokohama were able to score 23 points off turnovers, so that was good for them. Second chance points even at 10. Fast break points, 13-11 advantage for Ibaraki. The bench, look at the bench, 41 points. Now, a lot of that is because Gary Clark comes off the bench, but 41-10 in favor of Yokohama. Yokohama with 3 more three-pointers. Ultimately, from a free throw standpoint, they weren't that worse off. They were struggling early on. Ibaraki really made a lot of free throws at the start of the game, but did not make some down the stretch. So 5 assists for the captain, Kenta Mori. 8 rebounds to go with his 21 points for Gary Clark. And Jacobson had the 11 rebounds to go with his 14 points. Hasegawa led Ibaraki Robots with 16 points. And Nakamura had those 7 assists. And then you got Seiya Ando looking at his numbers. So he had the 4 turnovers. He had the 15 points. He played 27 minutes, 16 seconds, 15 points, and his plus minus on the court was -9. But it's kind of an odd stat, really, because he actually was on the court at the end when they made the big plays. So I don't know how you interpret that one. got to strive for consistency. And if, you know, they won today with Damian Inglis not playing well, Yokohama. So I think it's imperative for him that he comes back out and does a much better job tomorrow to kind of take some of the pressure off of his teammates. Tarzuski had 7 rebounds to go with his 6 points as well. So there's no doubt that Sayando was the hero right at the end, although Gary Clark, I think, was really the MVP. And we've got games coming up tomorrow. So these two teams are going to do it again. Tipping it off at 3:05 local time there, that second column, third one down on the right. And a busy B-League day. So plenty to keep yourselves occupied as you watch these teams trying to gel, trying to climb, maybe have some success, get into the playoffs. And disappointment for the Ibaraki fans, but nevertheless, there's always tomorrow. So one final time, Yokohama B-CORSAIRS snatched victory from the jaws of defeat. They win it 68-66 at Ibaraki Robots. Thanks for watching, everybody.